This is your weekly YouTube channel audit livestream. All you need to do is use the correct link in the description, fill out the form, and we'll consider your channel for review. That's right, channel reviews are free, but you can send us a super chat and watch us discuss your question live on air. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We will share with you our knowledge, experience, and passion as fellow YouTube creators. I want to give a massive shout out and thanks to our moderators who do an awesome job every single live stream. And that's your onboarding done. What channels have you brought us this week? Well, hello, everybody. Hopefully my sound effects and my graphics are working once again here on the vidIQ channel audit live stream every single week for 90 minutes. We welcome you into our doors with your channels, your questions, your struggles, your hopes, your dreams. And we are going to help you on that journey with some constructive feedback, motivation, and maybe a little bit of fun along the way. My name is Rob, if you are new here, and I will be your host / moderator today. But we cannot do this without a fantastic collection of co-hosts. Introducing first, let's build up attention. Surprised him. I brought him in early. How you doing, Eric? Welcome back.
Good things.
You're all good after last week's episode?
I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened last week.
No.
There's a rumor going around about me and spiders, but that's just a rumor.
We may revisit that later on. Maybe. Now, Dan, to his credit, is actually having a little bit of R&R, touching grass, watching Jurassic Park, maybe playing on video games, definitely. So what we've done this week is draft in a very special vidIQ agent. It is his debut on this live stream, but he has been part of the vidIQ family for over a decade, longer than me, if you can believe that. And we introduce to you, another drum roll. I really will give you the build up this time. It is Alex from our engineering team.
Nice to hear you. Nice to see you. So, Rob, Eric, let's do our best to bring up what crowd actually waiting for.
Now, the really fun thing here is that Alex, as part of the OG vidIQ family, also has these special sunglasses, which are literally a decade old. So, yeah, Alex, if you could just briefly introduce yourself to the community here. What is it you do at vidIQ?
Folks, I'm doing some sort of engineering. So I'm trying to make sure that whatever you do with extension, with web app, with mobile app, so it works perfectly fine. Of course, like not all done by me, but let's be respectful to all the rest of the engineering team who is contributing really hard every day to make sure that you have the best experience ever.
Come on.
But essentially what we're saying here is if you do have any problems and complaints, now you know who to direct them to. It is Alex.
That's me.
Maybe he will read them with his sunglasses indoors. I don't know whether that's true or not. All right. Let's audit some channels. We're going to show you how this works. We kind of switch things about, like Dan likes to use the form. These days, I'm just going with the flow. We do randoms here on this week. So what you have to do is, first of all, this is a critical new point. You need to like this live stream.
Come on.
We're looking for some engagement here, folks.
Come on.
So make sure you click that thumbs up button, not the other one that doesn't do anything. Click the thumbs up button, and then you need to type in something into the chat. And we need to decide collectively, Alex and Tech, what are people going to type into the chat so that they can get their channel audited? Hashtag what?
I think that it's fine to put hashtag exactly what. So hashtag what?
Hashtag what?
Now with a question mark. Let's try. Yeah, let's do that. Hashtag what or what?
While folks are typing, so my bet is that this software will ignore the question mark. But let's see.
Well, I see, Alex is already giving his engineering critique of this tool. Well, it looks as if it's working. Look, we're up to 99 entries. You only need to type this in once, by the way, into chat. Well, type #what ? Into the chat. And as you can see, it's drawing these channels now. And I think we have enough already. Wow, 142 already. That's incredible. Let's draw one of these channels then. I'm sorry, I pressed the sound effect way too early there. So we're still going to go through channels until we reach this one here, which is YSF1412. What do you think to this tool? Is it nice, Alex? How would you grade it?
I would say 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
I don't see in YouTube land. I don't know if that's good or bad. 5 out of 5. Like, is it? Because we always get our numbers mixed up. It's really confusing for us. Anyway, the channel we are looking at here is YSF14 with 1,000 subscribers. They have 83 videos. I'm just going to check that they have a couple of long form videos, but they also have shorts. And so let me just check here. Almost 500,000 views. I'm going to check what the popular ones are, which is some soccer stuff, but that's from a while ago, about a year ago. And what we're also doing here is we're adding a 5-minute timer. So that's a maximum amount of time we'll be auditing any channel today. And that starts to tick down right now. So, Tech, I'm going to throw this first to you, just like initial impressions, and we'll look at shorts because there seems to be more shorts than anything else. What are your thoughts here?
So, Eric, you go first.
Okay, no problem. Initial impressions. I think the videos that seem to have got you the most subscribers don't seem to be the lane that you're in. I mean, a year is a while ago, but I think like if most of those subscribers came from that soccer content, then I don't know. Like I said before, I've been a big fan of new channels at this stage, and so I think like, I mean, 1,000 is still kind of early, so it can be argued that if you can get, if this content is still drawing in subscribers, then I think it's fine. But I think this just needs a clear value. When I watch this, even from the shorts feed, it's not clear like what I will be getting. So I know you just recently did some long form videos, so maybe you're looking to lean more on the long form, but I think the value of the channel, the content, and what you do needs to be more present up front. And right now, that's not the case.
All right, Alex, I think you wanted to jump in there. What is it that you have to say initially about this channel?
So guys, keep it really, really subjective, like from my side, but it looks like mosaic kind of channel. So I see some anime, Naruto stuff, football shorts, and then Rob, can you scroll up to the header of the channel?
Yes.
So it's also kind of, so all things are slightly like from 3 different channels.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're still deciding what their main focus is. And on top of that, we're talking about borrowed content here. So the next question we have to ask is how transformational it is. So I'm just going to pick the most popular one here, and we'll listen to it and see what's on. All right, I'll just have my jaw up in there because I'm just going to be honest. I don't know what happened there.
I know.
It's for me. All right, please tell us.
So since I'm do like a teacher job in a primary school, so that's something that I have observed so many times when teenagers, they pick up their phones and they just watch this kind of content. That's probably something that goes viral in that kind of age group, when they can just watch infinite amount of time this kind of videos. So photo, caption, that's it. And of course sound. So I saw the composition before.
Yeah. And I think so just looking at how this is set up, there's obviously clips from the anime, and I'm seeing down here that is not their thumbnail, which means that this is custom music that they've used from the YouTube tool, which is totally fine to do. There's nothing wrong with that. However, in terms of like additional editing or trying to tell a story, I'm just going to unmute it. It doesn't feel as if there's anything transformational going on here. So essentially, it's a music edit of existing content on that exists in the world. And I'm just not sure if there's enough variation there from other stuff that we've seen on YouTube. And, you know, if it ever got towards monetization, how YouTube would treat this content in terms of it being templated or generic. Any final thoughts from you on this one, Tech?
I would just say keep kind of experimenting, but when you find something that works, I would just double down on that. Right now, it kind of seems to be a couple of different things going on, but once you find that one thing that is working, I would just kind of go in that direction.
Hey, look at that. We've got 28 seconds left. Alex, if you have anything final to add.
I would only suggest to the channel owner to continue doing what we already see, because seems like that's only a stage. Like it's anime, Naruto. So that's the path. That's the path that samurai has to pass. So I think that's only the initial stage of a future really successful creator. So let's go YSF14.
You are right that at this point there are 83 videos in, and in terms of shorts, that's nothing. Like you could be 500 shorts into this before you really figure out what you want to do. But anyway, that is our first channel audited this week. And hey, let Alex know how he did on his first channel audit. If you want to give him a 5 out of 5, you know, like we just did with this tool, I recommend you should do, because that was some fine observations. And especially since, Alex, you knew what this video was about, and I just did not have a clue. Completely lost. Piano bias. All
wow.
Right. 6,000 subscribers. I play K-pop songs on piano and turn them into fun guess a song challenges. Okay. So they've got some long form content, but not like only 2 videos in the last month. Shorts wise, they're playing stuff on a more regular basis. Let's first of all look at the kind of the branding here and the thumbnail style.
Looks consistent.
Eric, Alex,
I mean, I like it. I'm very curious as to what this content is, what the content sounds like. I wonder, maybe you're doing a different background with each video.
It looks like we've got
curious about the content.
A curtain that has a light that they can switch the color on, and then like a kind of, you know, it can be really hard to brand stuff in shorts, but there's something quite distinctive that we're seeing in every thumbnail here. But anyway, let's listen to one of these. Can you also name the album? We'll do this one first. All right, I'll unmute it and carry on playing. It looks like we're trying to create some engagement through the short. 3 seconds to guess this. So presume that's to get the comment in there. And then I wasn't sure what the ranking system meant. But they clearly have some talent to play the piano, what seemed to me with my turned deaf ears, flawlessly.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to categorize this. I think that this is good content. I think, though, for like shorts, and just because of the amount of shorts, I would try to think, I think you're on the right path, but I think you got to find like, what is the thing that makes this unique and repeatable? And you're like almost there, but that would make somebody want to subscribe and to watch every video. It seems like you got some big ones that kind of took off, and even the last one had pretty good engagement.
Yeah, so they've been working on this format now for 6 months, it seems like, and as you said, Eric, like 3 to 5 months ago, they're having some really big hits, hundreds of thousands of views. Now, maybe is it perhaps getting a little bit old and samey? Like we've maybe done like 200 videos on this similar. Can you guess a song? Are they running out of K-pop songs to play? Maybe.
Yeah.
But this channel definitely found its audience.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Alex. Yeah.
The only thing, because we already observed that in the shorts that we saw, so there was kind of intention to make audience interact with the video.
Yeah.
So I think that having this already brilliant kind of idea, by brilliant, I mean that the audience actually found this channel. So I think that adding a little bit more spices around the visualization, maybe adding kind of overlay that adds urgency by typing commands. So the faster you answer, the better you're ranked in terms of this kind of internal measurement system of this channel. Like you are maestro or whoever else.
I get what you mean. So right now, when we have to guess a song, so they're playing the song.
Some kind of a countdown should be here.
Yeah, and then I guess when the song ends, oh, it's not on this one. Let's go back onto one of it. It was this one whereby you got 6 seconds to guess. So we're doing that countdown, but I think what you're saying, Alex, is this bit here, they could almost have like a visible bar moving down. So it starts at God here. If you can guess it in, well, if you can guess it in this time, you get this ranking, because you only get the score at the end. So yeah, that might make it a little more interactive. And as you said, urgent. I like that idea. Yeah.
Because they already produce like really, I mean the author already produces really nice content. The audience is there. So it's literally about adding kind of engagement machine on top of that. That's it.
Interesting. So yeah, well done, Piano Bias, for like having this channel that you built to 6,000 subscribers.
Amazing channel.
200 videos. They're kind of approaching monetization. That is such a big requirement for shorts. They need 10 million in 3 months. But yeah, some again, Alex, with some wonderful engagement tactics to make this channel even more, I guess, appealing to the audience. Yeah. So I have something on the stream, Alex, called a knowledge bomb. And you just earned your first knowledge bomb there. Well done, sir. Well done.
Yeah, I survived it.
I forgot to put a timer on, but I think that was around about 5 minutes. So we'll pick the next channel. And this time we're going to look at Inteno Edits. Is this going to be our third shorts creator in a row? Let's find out.
Intenho.
Is that how you pronounce it? So this is another anime channel, right? So they're producing long forms, shorts again, very frequently with shorts in the last few days. Goodness me.
Wow. I feel like I already back to school. So all these thumbnails.
Right, I'll just click on one of these. I don't. Is it a foreign? It's not a foreign language.
Rob, I have one suggestion. So before you click, let's put some kind of assumption. So for every of our members here. So what we will see, my bet is that we will see some kind of just cut off from the series of that anime. That's it.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think they're hinting that it's going to be music anime edits, which is similar to the first channel that we looked at.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
Okay, let's go with this one. Oh.
Nice. So as far as I understood, the idea is the following. Most likely the owner of the channel has some kind of artist kind of skills. Yeah. And by drawing the characters from the famous anime series, So author tries to extend the memes or maybe kind of a moments that the watchers had experienced to see. So creative stuff.
Yeah, and it feels, I'd say, more transformative than that first channel. As a little more thought going into what is shown here. It's visually quite striking. Is there anything you're thinking about here, Eric, with the channel as it stands?
Sort of by most popular.
Yes, I can. A
And
couple of outliers there.
Let's click on the first one.
This one from 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Acceptable for women to hate men than it is for men to hate women.
Because men are the devil. Because men are trash.
If it's acceptable for women to hate men, how are men and women ever supposed to get together?
Yeah,
I quite follow that one. Okay.
It's a niche stuff. So it's
Yeah.
literally about projecting anime memes onto the real world through
Yeah.
art, through like compiling videos. So that's definitely established niche.
yeah, I feel like there is something there. And if I'm honest, I'm torn because for me, it always comes back to clarity, right? Because people see all of this in seconds. So they need to be able to quickly reconcile, is this relevant to me? I struggle with the clarity of this one, but it could just be because I'm just not the target audience.
Yeah.
Someone who is your audience may see this and know exactly.
It could be an age thing again, couldn't it? Like, I guess we're YouTube boomers. It's like, huh? What? What is it?
You're definitely an amazing editor. You got great skill. You're onto something.
I guess the question is again, still though, that this is heavily relying on other people's content, other people's music. I feel again, Alexei, you kind of put this in an interesting way. Like this is just a stage of their growth as a creator, and as they continue to evolve, they'll start to maybe tell more stories and become more transformational to a point where there is some really unique identity on the content that is just beyond editing existing stuff on YouTube. Yeah.
It's like with Lego. So firstly, you do big blocks, then you have smaller one, and then you have Lego technique.
I mean, goodness me. These metaphors, it's just incredible. Where have you been? Where have you been for the last 10 years? This is incredible. All right, I think we've exhausted our knowledge on Iteno, and we'll now switch to another channel. You good for time at the moment, Alex? We've got another 5-10 minutes.
Still good, still here.
Cool. And the next channel is the American Highlander.
Sounds promising.
All right, let's bring them up.
Wow.
I think our first non-anime shorts channel, which is a bit of a relief, I'm not going to lie. All right, so I'll set a 5-minute timer. They've got 50,000 subscribers from just 64 videos. That is an impressive start. Their most popular video has 750,000 views. They are an expat American living in the Scottish Highlands. So I think there's always interest on people living in a new part of the world and then able to share their experiences with their homeland, so to speak. And the view counts here are really impressive, tens of thousands of views. So like when you talk about clarity here, Eric, I kind of get exactly what this channel's about in like 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah, he killed it. And fantastic name. I know like sometimes as creators, we think way too much about the name, but when I saw American Highlander and then I saw that first thumbnail, I instantly had an assumption about what this content was about. And when your audience is able to do that, they can quickly determine whether or not that this is for them. One of the things that we can't really see this, but you can, I would go to your analytics and I would find out, is your audience, because I had a creator who had a similar thing like this, except they were French. They were French and they were in England. And the
Sure.
majority of his audience were people from England who
Yeah.
wanted to know what that felt like. So if you are, I would go in and just see who your audience is, because your audience is probably maybe majority people from Scotland who wants to kind of see what an outsider thinks of their land, and that will help inform the type of ideas that you do.
Wow, look at that. Their first video was their big entry into YouTube. Like it set them up, and like ever since 60,000, 100,000, 58,000, 34,000. Brilliant stuff. Shall we watch their latest video here just to get a flavor of what they're about?
Good afternoon from the Scottish Highlands. It's another beautiful day here in the far north. July 2026, 20 degrees outside. It's a gentle breeze coming in off Loch Loyal there behind me. And that's a spot you'll never see unless you get off the NC 500 and explore the interior of Sutherland, which is a perfect segue to discuss something that we have here in Scotland that if you're not from here originally, it takes a little getting used to.
So we have this introduction, then we have like they've opened up a new curiosity loop saying like if you something along the lines of if you I can't remember, it was something about that you're not used to this if you don't live in Scotland, or maybe it was the other way around. The storytelling there and just that establishing shot there, like that was just wonderful for me. And it wasn't like a really hardcore intro. It didn't have like tons of stuff happening, but it had, I think, atmosphere. Like they're on the location. You can feel and sense the vibe immediately in the beginning of the video, which I think is fantastic. I'm sorry, I know I've said a lot there, but I'm just so happy for this channel that they're doing so well.
Yeah, and the only thing I would add is I would have maybe, because I feel like the intro was great. I think there's like a principle in filmmaking about show don't tell. I think maybe doing the intro, having some more scenery, and just showing, you know, what it is that you talk about, like what the weather's like, just showing like that's a very scenic location that you're shooting in. I would just take more advantage of that in the intro of it. But that was fantastic.
What about you, Alex? What's going to be your golden nugget of information for this channel?
So this man actually puts so much efforts to create this content, because from what I saw, so drone, then he like choose the really nice views and angles. I think that what he's doing, so he writes his own story that that is priceless, because in many years from now he will be able just to recap like what was going on with him in that place where he was that time. I hope that he will continue being in Scotland.
You talk about the effort. These videos are half an hour long at least, and they're every week. So it's basically making a television episode every single week. So that is incredible as well. Like, how do we help this creator? The only thing I could potentially suggest, and this is going a bit into the classic traditional type of content, is like American tries something Scottish and try that in the title and or in the thumbnail. This might be like, for example, hiking up Scotland's highest mountain, which compared to anything in America is like a tiny hill. Like, I think that the tallest mountain in Scotland is 1,000 meters or 3,000 feet. Whereas, you know, in the US, you're talking, what would it be? Is it I can't remember where it is. I thought it's near Seattle. Maybe I'm wrong.
Mount Seattle.
Mount Seattle. But I know from being from living in that part of the world for a while, it's, you know, you've got 3,000 meter peaks and such. And what I'm seeing here is mostly things about, they're all centered around Scotland and not really presenting the you have the American flag, but you don't necessarily have the American flavor in the titles. So that might be something worth experimenting, but only experiment with, because you've got such a core audience of views here. It's unbelievable. Fantastic work.
Yeah,
cool.
All right. Now, do you need to go at this point, Alex, or do you have any?
Yeah, folks, big thanks for inviting me today on this amazing event. So big thanks everybody for joining.
All right. I'm going to say this, Alex. Your audits, exceptional. Your goodbye, I'm not going to lie, it was terrible. But we appreciate you. You appreciate it. Enjoy your meeting. We'd love to have
Thanks,
you on
everybody,
again.
and see you. Good luck. Good luck.
Take care. Take care. All right. We can now get back to some silly nonsense, which is stuff like this.
Button mashing hearts collide. In this corner, we take the ride. From 8-bit lands to the galaxy far. Rob's Gaming Corner is the brightest star.
I can see that there are hundreds more people in this live stream than usual, and they're now probably wondering what on earth is going on. Why are you not ordering in my channel? Well, it's because I've been doing this live stream for about 10 years now, and I just need these little periods where I just break off from auditing channels, and that is when we disconnect from YouTube, and we all need to do that. We need to avoid burnout in any way, shape we can. And so, how do you disconnect from YouTube and any sort of work? Is it playing video games, which for a lot of us is the case, or is it something else? Is it listening to music, going hiking, sewing, crochet, cooking? Let us know in the chat right now, and we'll share what we've been doing for the last week. I remember, Eric, from our last conversation, that you were really getting into WWE, the latest wrestling game. Is that still the case, or have we now?
Yeah, I was telling you that I was thinking about getting it. All really inspired by your intro. I just kept seeing the intro, and I was like, I really need to get this game again. Oh, and so last week I did it. I did it.
I'm talking Zelda.
And hot take. I think nobody will agree with me. I think it might be the greatest game out right now. Okay.
Which one are we talking about? Which Zelda?
2K26, the one that just came out.
Well, hang on. Well, sorry. I'm getting mixed up here. We're not talking about Zelda. We're talking about you and your wrestling attire and WWE 2K, right? I'm with you.
Yeah, and that made me go get WWE 2K26, and I think it might be one of the greatest games to come out this year. Nobody agrees. Everyone hates it.
Now, here's a question I want to know about modern wrestling games. I always think of them as you can only really play it with friends or online. Is there like a good single player campaign, or have you been playing it with somebody else co-oping and such?
No, I'm completely antisocial. So if a game has to be played with somebody else, it's already off my list.
Yeah.
So, but this one is kind of single player. The single player kind of sucks, but it's just so much stuff that you could do in it. Like, I think back as a kid playing these wrestling games, when the things that I wish that I could do now, you can kind of do. Absolutely fantastic.
And have you won any titles yet? You're the US champion, Intercontinental champion. Where are we at? I
got it on Sunday. I'm building my intro and working on my moves. Okay. So I got to come because that's the amount of stuff that you could do. And so it's fantastic.
All right. That sound effect is just for you. So I told you all last week that I was playing Pikmin 4, which is essentially a garden/ant simulator. Anybody who's played the game will know exactly what I mean when I describe it like that. I'm just really loving it. I think Dan's talked about games such as Stardew Valley before, which I think you describe as cozy gaming. And I would say this is the closest to cozy gaming I've ever done. And I'm just finding it so refreshing. And so Nintendo, like it's bright colors. It seems a little childish, but there's depth to the game, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's a bit of a sleeper hit. It could be my sleeper hit of 2026, even though I know it came out, I don't know, maybe half a decade ago. But for me, it's just a surprise. I'm really enjoying it. So that's how we're disconnecting from YouTube right now. Thank you for sharing your reasons for disconnecting. I realize I think we've lost about 100 viewers as we were just going through myself and different gaming comments. So let's try and bring you back in now with this little channel here in Discord, which is called Channels for Rob. But what it's for is for people to get ahead of this queue of random selections. This is the only one we're going to be selecting from outside of that area today. If you are a Boost member at vidIQ, then hop on over to Boostland in our Discord channels, link in the description. Then find channels for Rob and submit your channel. And in around about 30 to 40 minutes time, we'll be picking one of these channels here. You can see there's hardly any at the moment, maybe less than 10. And it'll give you an opportunity to jump in front of a queue, because we currently have 664 entries. I think what we'll do is I think we're going to reset this now. I've decided we're going to do a new word. So, Eric, we had what first. What do you think we should go with this time? Hashtag.
Hashtag caffeine.
Caffeine. I don't know how to spell that. I'm gonna go with that. Hashtag caffeine. Possibly spelt wrong. I'm not sure. But type that in the chat right now, and we will pick one of your one of the channels to be entered. Oh, and don't forget, if you haven't, you would need to like the stream. If you've already liked the stream, that's fine. You're cool. You're already entered. But if you haven't, make sure you give us a thumbs up as well. And we'll draw the next channel here.
More YouTube-y.
Yeah. We're all about the YouTube tricks and hacks today. Nuts Gaming. Here. Let's have a look at what Nuts the Gaming has to offer us. They have 79 subscribers, 65 videos, and they have less than 10 videos posting on a semi-regular basis there, and shorts. They haven't posted that many shorts recently. Well, they're in a bit of a gap phase here, so maybe they're looking for a bit of inspiration as to what to do next. Let's start with this video then that just went out. Like, I'm not going to look at the view count really because it's only 2 hours old. Valorant Swifts make me feel good. Get good. Why so mad? I don't quite understand what the packaging is trying to tell me there. I don't know if this is youth speak or lingo, which just is kind of going over or under my head. But I guess the reason I'm saying that is because, again, going back to what you said earlier, Tech, this idea of clarity, the moment somebody has to think about what a video may be about, you've lost them because you have maybe a second and a half as they're swiping through a feed. So when something is maybe a little too clever and tries to, you think you know what it means, and your core audience may know what it means in like but they've got to figure it out for 3 or 4 seconds. You can really lose a lot of the audience there. So just be conscious of that going forward.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but I'm definitely stealing this from him. But he always says like clear is better than clever, and that just stuck in my mind because as creators, we always approach things wanting to be pretty clever and like what's the unique way to kind of capture what it is that we're saying. But clarity is king because you know, you think about when you open your feed, some of those videos you don't even realize that you saw. So when you're designing your thumbnail, you have to first think about how do I get their attention? Then after you get their attention, how do I give them an idea of what this video is? And yeah.
I was going to say in contrast, Eric, I think this one is more immediate. I tried Valorant's Most Hated Agent. All right. That seems to be clear. And then even though I'm not reading this text, I understand that these are comments from a Reddit thread, and the negativity on it. So like, even though that has some cleverness to it, it also has some immediacy to my understanding of whether or not I click on that video.
Yeah, I can look at that thumbnail title and make assumptions about what I think this video is going to be about.
Yeah. But then on the flip side, Valorant is an experience. Again, I feel as if you're trying to force the potential viewer to join too many dots. What is going on here? It's a blank canvas. I feel as if I'm not, too much is being held back for me to really understand what's going on there. Having said all of that, I'm going to watch this one, Tech. This is the one that I think has the most views so far. I tried Valorant's most hated agent.
Yeah, I'm tired of this character, bro. I'm legit tired of this character. It's so stupid that he has better movement than everybody else in the game. It's actually so stupid. Neon.
I wonder.
I'm actually really thankful I didn't swear then. Like, I thought he was about to just unleash a verbal volley of fury. But no, you maintained your composure there. What do we think to that hook?
There is something there, but yeah, I feel like the hook, and this may sound dumb, but the hook just didn't have a hook. You know what I mean? Like, it was nothing that made me say, okay, let me finish the rest, or let me keep watching. Because when someone clicks on your video, they're not fully committed. They're more so clicking to see, is this worth their time? And so I felt like with that hook, I kind of got the gist of the video. Now, maybe if I was super familiar with the game and super into the character, I would know. But yeah, there's a balance between. Yeah, I felt like when I saw that, I kind of this what this.
You see, I think I was half there. Like it reinforced maybe their frustration with this agent, but maybe if they'd been able to deliver that in half of the time, and then they start to explain a little bit more about who this agent is and why they're most hated.
Yeah, and validate
because the emotion was there. I think the emotion and feeling of the frustration, but it just lacked a little bit more like progressing to the next phase. But other than that, I thought it was relatively fine.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic point. I think, and maybe having other people's opinion, because you said most hated. So my expectation would be that I would hear what other people thought about this character.
Just looking at their shorts, because they do have a lot of shorts, but they haven't done any recently. My guess is that you're clipping from streams, maybe from Twitch. I will go with I'll go with What Am I Hearing?
Spike down mid.
You will not kill my ally.
I'll confess I had no idea what was going on. Hopefully the audience did. I think there was a little bit of editing put in there with a meme cartoon maybe. But I'm not sure what else I can add there on the short.
Yeah. I think there's and this sounds bad, but I think there's a category definitely with shorts, which is like cool content, which is like, oh, that's cool. And I think like if you're looking to build an audience, you got to do something it doesn't mean you have to do, anything crazy, but it just can't be medium down the road. Here's a regular scene of, something that happened to me in the game. I mean, it's cool, but would this make me want to subscribe and watch every video that you do going forward?
I wonder if, now maybe, which one did I click on? It was this. Maybe Swift cues are random was enough of an explanation. But please save me from these cues. Maybe we have to appreciate that the majority of viewers will never see this title. Because it'll be at the bottom of a short, but if they're on the feed, they're very likely to read it. So maybe that was a good enough explanation. I'm just not familiar with the game. But maybe these, I guess, pseudo titles of top might just need a little bit more explanation in them.
Yeah.
But other than that, with a channel at 65 videos, they're now approaching 100 subscribers. We're seeing some green shoots on the channel. Like one shot's got 20,000 views, and some of their videos, and we're talking about gaming videos here, have hundreds of views, and that's a lot of gaming channels won't even reach that stage. So
yeah, that's a fact. I will say, for it to seemingly be pretty early in your journey, I think you're doing pretty good. I mean, 65 videos and a fair amount of those are shorts, and you already got almost 80 subscribers.
Yeah, I think you said quite rightly earlier on in this audit tech that they have something. There's something kind of brewing and developing there. And maybe just not developed those skills quite yet, but it's still very early days. Let's draw another channel. See who we got next. By the way, I can see super chats are coming in. Continue to send them in and we'll answer them relatively soon. But first of all, I'm going to audit this channel. It's called Damnaskar Motorsports, I think. Apologies if I've pronounced that wrong. Welcome to YouTube. You have just 7 videos, 2 long form videos, and a couple of shorts. Your last short was 4 days ago. Your last long form video was 13 days ago. And, you know, if I was to tell anybody what this channel is about, I feel as if they're definitely a motor gaming enthusiast. And are they specializing in steering wheel reviews or not? I'm not sure. I'm just seeing that from the profile image. I challenged wheel players and controller until I win in GT7. All right. Sounds like a really quite specific challenge, but let's watch this one, shall we? Huh. Right. Okay. I need to pause that because I just want to watch their first video.
GT7 के सारे challenges में gold on a controller और उसका reward एक नया sim racing setup.
All right. So I think the language is Hindi, so we unfortunately we can't follow the what's being said. But back to this one, I'll just mute it. This kind of music and this intro. At first, I thought, whoa, this is going to be a really interesting way of telling the start of a story. But now I'm wondering, is this like a visual intro that's going to be on all of their videos before the content actually starts?
The challenge is
there's some cool editing in there.
Yeah, I am again, I'm torn how I feel about the hook. I feel like the hook, I like the personality and the interest of the hook. Right? So part of doing YouTube is that it you know, it should be interesting, and that is interesting. I do think though, for a new creator, again, assume sounds harsh. Assume that nobody cares, right? So you got to get to it, and then maybe come back to that. But like, if I click on it because you challenged XYZ, you know, you challenged all the wheel creators on XYZ, I would like you to get to that up front, and then maybe, you know, take me back if it fits. I do think, like, when I look at your early videos, this one, even the one before. Yeah, I feel like it's a thing of reps. Like, keep getting reps, keep experimenting with things like that, and you'll begin to refine your creative voice. But there's something there. You just got to get to the reason why they came quicker. When you're an established creator, you can take more time because you have that cachet.
That is a close-up foot shot there.
Right.
That's brave. That's brave.
But that's it. That's my thoughts on that.
You know what? I like to describe this channel as having tech so early on. They've got flair. They've got like a really unique way of presenting content. The fact that they put the effort into just that top-down angle, and then like 10 seconds later switching to a new angle where you're putting your feet right next to the camera. I think all of those elements are going to be really cool. I think what we just need to see is, you know, in terms of going back to basics, delivering on the promise set in the packaging a little earlier, perhaps. But as I said, we're looking at 2 long form videos so far. On what I will say is an older video game, GT7. I don't know how popular that is now. So like, it may just be you're in a niche where it's going to be difficult to break out. because there's not that many people playing it right now, but I could be wrong there as well. And it makes me want to watch one of their shorts as well. Right, so I won't buy a steering wheel until I gold. Right, let me just sort things out there. Let's rewind that. All right, listen.
The challenge is GT7 के सारे national license tests में gold मिलाना है on a controller, और सिर्फ तभी मैं अपने आप को reward करूँगा एक sim racing wheel.
It almost makes me feel as if they've maybe been editing for other channels and for a long time, and now they've said, you know what, I want to start my own channel. I think that's cool because there's certainly a skill element already there.
Rob, let me ask you, and I think this could be helpful for other creators. What's your theory on like these challenge videos? Because I know that they were a format. Challenge stuff does work. I wonder, like, if you had to put together a formula for what makes, because when I see these challenge videos, I'm like, okay, if you do it, I don't care, and if you don't, I don't. Like, what makes someone care about a challenge video from a stranger to you?
I think it's always going to be stakes. Like, I'm going to do this challenge, and if I don't do it, then I have this forfeit, or if I do it, then I kind of reward myself with this. But I think when you do that challenge, you've got to kind of hint or tease whether or not you had to do the forfeit or you achieved the goal. You know, not reveal the entire story, but just have something that creates that new curiosity loop there. But like, as you said, challenges do automatically create some sort of stakes, and there's a story that can be told. And borrowing a challenge type that already exists, I think, is what would we call this? Challenge bending instead of niche bending. And it's just kind of borrowing an idea that already exists out there.
Yeah,
so I think there are merits to it, but maybe this creator hasn't figured out yet how to communicate that challenge and that jeopardy in the opening seconds of the video, which is probably what the viewer is wanting to confirm whether or not they're going to, watch for another 30 seconds and then a minute and then the entire video.
Yeah, that's a great point. The thing you made me think about is like the challenge is really a storytelling mechanism. So it's really about storytelling, but the challenge is just the way you tell that story. But I think some people just emphasize on the challenge.
Very interesting channel though. With some great editing there, especially since you're only 7 videos into this, 8 subscribers. It started in February of this year. We wish you more success going forward. The next channel we're going to look at is the 2-piece with 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations on hitting that milestone from
30
videos. Yeah. And this is where there's a visual cue here which helps tell me what the channel is about. Before really looking at any of the packaging, it is you platinuming different games. And what we mean by that is you complete every achievement there is, or you unlock every achievement there is possible, which means that these games can take hundreds of hours to complete. And that allows them to jump between games. Like, it's a gaming channel, but it's a gaming channel where I have this singular objective on every single game that I play. So it allows them to jump between games. This is a format that I think that has existed for a while. So like it's a bit of a crowded space. So the next question would be how would you differentiate yourself? But again, tech so far let's say they've been doing this for a year now.
Yeah.
It feels like we're in pretty much where you'd expect them to be. They've just hit 1,000 subscribers. They've had 1 or 2 outliers here. It's a good start.
Yeah, I really like the packaging. I was looking at that one, the Call of Duty one.
Was that the most popular one? Was it?
Maybe it was right under the.
This one, Black Ops.
Yeah, it's like you think about the viewer's journey where they see a thumbnail first, so they see that thumbnail. I thought you picked a good picture that also aligns with the title. So you see the thumbnail and then you go to the title, Black Ops 7 Platinum Trophy is actually torture. That builds intrigue. So now I'm clicking on that with curiosity that you set from your packaging. I want to know, why is it torture?
Yeah, and I think that is a repeatable title format. Like game is blank. Like it's shockingly fun, insane grind, actual torture, insanely hard. And I think viewers like it when there is more challenge to something. Yeah, why don't we watch our most recent video here? Each one is around about 20 minutes. I went insane getting the Call of Duty Black Ops Platinum Trophy. And by the way, sorry I keep not putting a timer up. I just keep forgetting to press the button. I'm kind of, in my head, I'm working out what 5 minutes is.
Black Ops is officially back, which means it's time for my return to Call of Duty. The Platinum requires 48 trophies, and thankfully none of them are missable, making this a pretty straightforward trophy hunt. But don't let that fool you, because this campaign will still have you questioning your sanity.
Oh, so in 15 seconds there, they've given us the what? They're giving us a little bit of good news that you can't miss any trophies. It's impossible to miss any. And then they added that curiosity loop of like, but don't worry, some of these challenges will still send you crazy or something along those lines. And then they just quickly tease themselves in there as well.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite an effective hook there.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. Listen for another 20, 30 seconds.
So dumb. This is so fucking. And after playing the Black Ops 7 campaign, I'd much rather rage because I suck at the game than because the game sucks. Is this the greatest Call of Duty of all time? Well, actually, yes. Yes, it is. We are going to start off with the campaign, but first I got a trophy while playing zombies for getting 3 kills with 1 bullet. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording because I wasn't expecting to unlock anything yet, so I already managed to screw up the video before it even started.
I like the self-deprecation. Yeah. There was some humor in there as well. I would say this is a really solid channel in this genre and format. The question and challenges, many of these, hundreds, maybe thousands of these types of channels exist. It's almost like you're almost trying to platinum YouTube in that it's going to be a really long grind, but you're going to have slow build momentum over time. I'm trying to figure out what would break you out to have some sort of outlier content.
Yeah, I think maybe, and again, you're doing great videos. I mean, that was fantastic. I think maybe posting more, because if I'm not mistaken, Rob, can you go to the latest again? Right now, you might be maybe about once a month or so.
That's a challenge that would take forever to record and complete.
Yeah, that's the balance. Like part of your videos are probably so good because you take so much time to do them.
The effort is in playing the game and getting through it. Like I would imagine each of these takes at least 30 or 40 hours to just complete, and then you've got to film and edit.
So I think the things that I would try to do is, one, you're killing it. You got 30 videos, 1,000 subscribers. People are showing up every time you post. I would appreciate that. 2, I would try to find some sort of pattern in the videos that are outliers in your content. So keep posting videos and try to find patterns, and then that could give you clarity in the type of games that you choose to platinum, and that will give you clarity in your audience. And then, this one, I don't know, it's tough because, Rob, you bring up a fair point. You got to actually, spend the time beating on the parts of the game. I mean, maybe you can try experimenting with breaking it down, the videos into the journey. So like maybe each video is a different part of the same game if you're trying to platinum. But I think maybe find some medium to releasing, but still doing the proper channel.
Maybe timeliness could help. I can think of 3 big games coming out in the next 6 months. That being Wolverine, GTA 6, and the next Call of Duty game, which I think you already have an affinity with. Could you be the first person to platinum these games on YouTube? I know that makes it like an even bigger ask. and challenge. But that could be what's separate. Imagine if you're the first person to platinum GTA 6. Like whoever does that on YouTube, I would assume is going to have a 1 million view video because it's going to be that FOMO and like exclusivity. Like nobody's done what you've done. If you're able to do it, but I imagine there's going to be people live streaming that, and they're not going to sleep.
Yep. Agreed.
Okay, I think that's roughly 5 minutes. So let's audit one more channel here with the entrance that we've got. Start my sound effects. And we're going to look at Hello Tiny Painters.
Hello Tiny Painters.
And they have 30,000 subscribers, or they're about to hit 30,000 subscribers. And let's just have a look at the value prop here. Let's relax and paint, light a candle, put on some soothing tunes, and get out your art supplies. We've had many crafting channels on these audits before. I haven't seen many with 30,000 subscribers, but what I'm seeing here is their recent videos are doing next to nothing, like less than 100 views. So let's research this a bit more. Right. So their long form videos, they've never had any traction with long form videos. 250 views. So I need to look at shorts and just see what's going on here. Okay. So I think we can see where the majority of their subscribers may have come from is shorts that are doing really well. So this looks to me, Tech, like a channel that's had lots of breakthroughs with short form content. And now they're, oh, this is interesting. I'll get back to that in a second. But now they're making long form videos on a very regular basis and just no traction. So I think if we talk first about shorts to long form content for an audience, what do they need to think about? How can we assist them in this? Or is it just one of these conundrums that it's frustrating and it's really difficult to solve?
Yeah, I think like the other thing is your long forms really aren't long forms.
Huh. Yeah, you've just pointed it out. That's a really good, interesting point.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, I'll be curious to know. Like those could probably have just been shorts.
Are they literally shorts, but they're filming landscape, but then they publish it as a short and a long form?
Yeah. In your case, I mean, I would just do a short channel. Just shorts is where your traction is coming from. YouTube is, I mean, when you do a long form video, is looking for a long form video. Right now, these on long form. So there wouldn't be a real strong argument for adding, you know, this bad signal. Bad signal is a strong word, but like, I would just do shorts.
The other thing I noticed as well, you noticed the video length. I noticed that these 3 videos were published 4 days ago. So they publish 3 videos on the same day, and then there's a gap to like then a week before 3 videos on the same day. I wonder if they're even publishing at exactly the same time. So my thought is, just as an experiment, I'm thinking let's ditch all of this content here. It's just short form stuff on the long forms, and just stick to anything that's like a proper 7-minute, 9-minute long form piece of content, and publish maybe 1 video a week.
Yeah, I'd be curious. Yeah, why? But yeah, and you can see it in the views too. That your longer forms do better than that. Because if you think about it from YouTube's perspective, like why would they recommend your 30-second long form video if they're trying to keep people on the platform?
What I would be tempted to do though, Tech, is maybe at least keep the thumbnails, because I actually think these freeze frames thumbnails are better than these ones where they're kind of just taking themselves completely out of the background and then adding a really bright color that kind of draws my eye. Like on this one, like I'm not really paying attention to the little book that they're holding, which is a hero of the video. I'm just too distracted by the bright backgrounds. Whereas here, like that is more, I'm drawn more to that. Yeah, maybe you could just drop the saturation in the background, like so that my eye is drawn to this part of the thumbnail. But these thumbnails in the moment seem better than the ones they're actually trying to make themselves.
Yep.
All right. Shorts then. So I'll just check the latest. Publishing, is it 3 shorts a day? Looks like here. Plenty of shorts then. Occasionally they're getting outliers. This one here, 13,000 views. That was a request. Interesting. Do they get tons of views from requests? I'm not seeing that necessarily. That was just an outlier. So what's the pattern here? What gets them lots of views consistently?
Yeah. Again, that's something I think you could have clarity on, is what it is that you do for your audience. Are you teaching them how to do this, or do they just like watching you do it? Yeah, when you look at your most popular videos, what is it that the people who have watched them have appreciated the most about them? And then doubling down on that.
So I'm just getting a bit more of an understanding of what they do. So it's like miniature art, miniature books that they create. Let's click on this one. French Bulldog, a tiny art reveal. Okay. Now, I guess the question for you there, Tech, is how long? This short is about a minute long, and I think it was just music. I wonder if, because it is visually satisfying, but I think it's a bit long. I feel as if it should maybe be about 30 seconds long, perhaps with some narration, and then this final overview at the end. Because this looks cool, but that time lapse just went on too long. Like I was kind of getting visually a little bored.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think shortening up that time lapse, again, I think about like, okay, if I saw this, I would maybe even watch it, because there's something interesting about it, just seeing like this tiny house come together. I think, like, would I rewatch it? And like, what would be the reason that I would watch, more than one?
All right, that is Hello Tiny Painters there. Wish you all best of luck going forward with your channel. And now, just before we move on to the next segment of this live stream, I do know and appreciate that Memes of the Week, which many of you are very familiar with, is on a bit of a hiatus right now. However, I did just need to bring it back for one little thing that happened last week.
It's the same because people aren't reading the title when they swipe the shorts. You okay?
There's a spider. I'll be back. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we found his weakness.
Freak out. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
They're the wrong sound effect.
Wow, you see it right there?
No, we don't. No.
It's like right.
Well, let's put it full screen.
Okay,
oh my
hold on.
gosh. I don't like spiders.
Oh my goodness.
You laugh, but that would be my reaction too. I would run.
That's the highlight. My goodness.
I'm running away if that happens. Tech, can you still hear us? Okay, but we should remove him for a bit so we can deal with that.
I think.
Oh, bad. Oh, bad.
Where did the spider go?
I killed it.
Oh.
Yeah, sad end to that spider, but it's right there, I think. Right there. I don't know if you can all see it on screen there, but my goodness. So
how serious my face was. This is AI, by the way.
So thoughts and reflections on that experience last week.
Listen. It was just a bit. Okay, I'm not even really scared of spiders, guys. Okay, it's just
Yeah, all right. If you say so. If you
like
say
that.
so.
I did this. You was like elephants who run away from rats or whatever. That's what's like. I can't do it.
All right, let's take your questions from this week. If you sent in a super chat, we're going to read it out now. Don't send in any more super chats. We won't have time to read them out. First of all, we're going to say congratulations to GVE Explorer, who's been a member now for 3 months. Hope you're all doing well. Stay Cosmic vidIQ. Here's your sound effect for the week.
Bruh.
Nicely done. Debbie, 6143, has been a member now for 3 years. That is incredible. Well done. Well done to you. You may be our oldest serving vidIQ member there. I'm Broseph with the big eyes turd emoji.
All
Fair
right.
enough. Brandon V World thought they could sneak in there with the hashtag what super chats. Afraid it didn't work, but at least you got your super chat read out there. We also have Blitzy Fox Animations with the, is that Norwegian krona? 11 of them. Thank you,
Rob, with the world currency knowledge.
Do with that, but yeah, thanks for the money. The social loner. This guy went and bought a monetized YouTube channel after getting banned. Is that allowed? Outside with really is the channel. So as far as I'm aware, I thought you couldn't sell your YouTube channel. I thought that was against terms of service, but apparently this has been happening for decades. I guess a channel who has been terminated and then buy somebody else's channel, that does sound suspect to me.
Yeah.
However, I'm not YouTube, so I cannot be the judge and jury on that. I guess the question to you, social learner, is, and don't take this the wrong way, but what difference does it make to you? Or are you just curious about the story?
Planning your next move.
Maybe. But yeah, it sounds like you shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not like 100% on the rules and regs. Another Blitzy Fox animal is now threatening us. He's threatening us with money. Me next or else. What, you're going to send us more super chats? I don't know. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Evax Solo with the Danish krona, 50 of them. Someone I know isn't making videos for an audience, but wants one. How do I tell them to? So I think what they're saying there, Tech, is that they have a creator friend who just blindly making content. They're making whatever they want to make and not really thinking about a target audience. How would you convince them that they need to think about the audience that they're trying to speak to?
Yeah, what comes to mind for me is the algorithm. Like, a lot of creators love to think about the algorithm, but the algorithm is really trying to help you find an audience. So maybe I would try to explain to them that because YouTube literally has, millions and billions of viewers, this is a very distilled way of explaining it, but like, you need to have clarity to help the algorithm find you the type of viewers that you're looking for. So, and the best way that you do that is the clarity in your content, clarity in title, clarity in your approach. So I would basically tell them to help the algorithm help them by being very clear on who it is that they serve and what they do for that audience.
I try and think of it from this point of view, Tech. Like, I have multiple interests, right? I'm interested in nostalgic wrestling. I'm interested in video games. I'm interested in soccer. I'm interested in YouTube education. But I have to pick one of them to share with an audience who has that same set of values and interests. Now, I can introduce these interests kind of as in jokes and little references in my videos, but the main purpose of the channel is to serve this audience with this value proposition. And if I'm constantly jumping from one interest to another, which may not align with the people who are watching my content, we're not going to keep that connection.
Yeah.
And to kind of finish off his thought, like ask your friend creator, of all of the things you love, what is the thing that you could just talk nonstop about and never lose interest in? And like their gut answer to that, their instinctive answer to that is this. That's what your channel should be about,
Mm-hmm.
at least to begin with.
For sure.
Right, we've got another super chat here from Dr. Meow Top 10 with the sticker. I'm sure the sticker was lovely. And the next super chat here is from Area Nation World. We are trying hard to grow with a sports content. Please do let us know how we are doing and how we should grow. The idea is for our young son, 11 years old, who wants to grow this into a big sports firm. Wow, some lofty ambitions there for this person. Now, of course, we don't audit channels based on super chats, but like if there's any initial thoughts here, Eric, of how we can help this, I guess, family build the channel.
I feel like maybe it feels redundant and it's not spicy, but it's like, to me, the ultimate thing is you have to pick an audience and you have to let that audience know what you do for that audience. That to me is the foundation of everything. Like it has to be. So is it for your 11-year-old son? Is it going to be people his age? You know, what are their goals? What does he help them with? But I would start there, picking an audience and then being very clear what it is that you do for that audience and then trying every day to do it better.
I'm just looking at a channel in the background. It looks like they're covering soccer, and they've obviously started with the World Cup. They've got a few videos that have like over 100 views. That's cool. I think they're heavily relying on AI at the moment, which is fine, but it's going to have to be that individualism and uniqueness that's introduced into it as well. And you know, right now you have 13 videos, and you're approaching 40 subscribers. And it feels like you're exactly where you should be right now. Like just learning the process. And you've published 4 videos in 3 weeks. So like you're really passionate in a moment. And you have some shorts. Some of them have got thousands of views, which is cool. And again, they have this similar animation theme, which is brilliant. Now, when we move into a regular season, you want to be trying to pick out all of the stories when football kicks off again in September. And I would just say in about 6 months' time, when you've got maybe 50 shorts and 25 long form videos, and you're still deeply passionate and madly in love with this, come back, submit your channel, and I think we'd be really happy to see the progress that you've made. But right now, I think you're exactly where you need to be with the content that you've done. Well done. Okay, some good news here. Severlight Gaming Tech, they don't like spiders either.
Come on. I mean, even though that's just a rumor, but if you don't like spiders, I'm with you.
Merryful Gaming, #caffeine. My channel blew up. I want to do it again.
Okay.
Well, look at that outlier video and see if you can revisit that topic with a new angle, a new perspective, a follow-up from all of the comments. Those would be the things we'd be saying about the outlier video. Double down on it. Popcorn and Plato. This is the last super chat, by the way. What will be the audience for a channel that combines philosophy and pop culture, movies, music?
That combines. Yeah, I think what would be the audience? When you think about the audience, it's more so about what that satisfies. So sometimes when people think audience, they think niche, like, or demographics. But like, what would a channel like that satisfy for a particular audience, and who would those particularly be? So if I'm combining philosophy with pop culture, in what other ways in the world do you see people kind of combining those two and kind of enjoying it?
I see it as pop culture is the thing that's going to draw in the audience, but the philosophy is what's going to define the type of audience. So when you're saying philosophy, you're probably thinking maybe, and this is where you start to really define your target audience. So they're probably educated to like graduate level. and then that means that they're maybe of a bit of an older age, so they can pick up references more from, like, let's say the 1990s or the 2000s, and then you start to think, have they got a disposable income? Like, does that mean that if I do a philosophical breakdown of the recent Doomsday trailer, is that something that's going to be really intriguing or just outlandishly stupid? And I think those are all the kind of nuances that will then paint this ideal viewer that you're going to speak to every time with your content.
Yeah, Legal Eagle does this very well with legal work, where he'll take something that is in pop culture on TV and then filter that through the eyes of, the courtroom. And I think if you're thinking about combining pop culture, to Ross' point, you can kind of do something similar, where you take something that is relevant in pop culture and you dissect it through the lens of philosophy.
Very last super chats. Cool Politics YouTube. Please tell me how I'm doing. I want to get monetized. Again, we don't do super chats we don't do audits based on super chats. If it's politics, I think the one thing I will say is pick your side and then vehemently defend it, because that's what's going to really polarize your audience, but also make it really powerful. People are still sending in super chats. I've got to read them out because you've sent them, but, like, come on, guys. Pop culture with Fresh 2000. I'm looking pillars, but I would still love a review. I'm looking pillars. Are you looking for content pillars? Is that what you're meaning? Not sure. But thank you for your super chat. And Merryful Gaming, Art Plus Gaming. Does this have a good audience I can make work, or essentially make work? My current goal is 100,000 subscribers, and I'd love to get there. Like, I guess if art is related to the gaming of very famous video game characters, or something that ties them to both in, absolutely. But there's got to be some connection there between the art and the gaming. And maybe do some research and see if anybody else has successfully done it on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, we blasted through some super chats there. Sorry, we just kept coming in as we were trying to move on. And the next thing we're going to move on to now is, I've got to remember to do this. It's picking a Discord channel that's submitted from Boostland here. And the way we do this is pretty rudimentary. We ask Tech to close his eyes.
Okay.
And then I just scroll up and down the screen so you can't see what I'm doing. And then you just tell me when to stop. And then we pick a channel.
Would you please stop?
Right. So we are going to pick Karina here with Chickadale Farm.
Chickadale.
All right. 3,000 subscribers from 300 videos. And again, just from the thumbnails, the packaging, this is just a farming vlogs. And that's cool. I know if I'm in the right place or not immediately. View count seems to be hovering around 100 or so. So let's just do a bit of research here. Some videos a while back got tens of thousands of views. They seem to be a bit more related to cooking, food and recipes. So maybe there's been a bit of a channel pivot there. And then for shorts, nothing outlier-ish there for shorts. So just going back to their most recent content, what are we thinking here, Tech?
Yeah, I'll be curious to know why the change. I mean, when we look at the most popular, you definitely have something that is working. I would maybe look at how you could revisit it. I know a lot of times creators sometimes will get bored, or they try to figure out, okay, how long can I do this and what's the next step? But it seems like your audience was coming to you for a very specific thing and they were getting satisfied.
Yeah.
And now the vlog and stuff, or potentially vlog, we haven't seen it yet, but may not be resonating as much. So I would try to revisit the previous content that you were doing and trying to see how you can double down on that.
I don't know. Maybe it's now I'm getting a bit from, because I just thought it was farming, and then I saw the horse here in the most recent thumbnail. But as I look through it a bit more, it does feel a bit more like a gardening channel Or is that maybe part of the problem that I just can't? I thought I knew what the channel was about, and now I'm not 100% sure. I wonder if the audience is thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Because the other thing that you make me think about, Rob, is like right now we're looking at your whole page.
Yeah.
And we're uncertain about what this content is about. Imagine if we just saw this one thumbnail among all these other random channels that YouTube is convinced that your audience would be interested in. Like, would that clarity be there for them to know what this is about and how it's relevant to them?
I just want to look at this one, which is my best garlic harvest ever. 231 heads of huge garlic.
I think this is the best garlic harvest I have ever had. Look at that. I planted around 200 cloves of garlic last October, and it is now past time for it to get pulled up. So that's what we're doing today. So as you can see, clearly the tips are saying, yes, we need to be pulled, but you actually don't look at.
So there's no hanging around here. They kind of had some edited in a few clips at the start to kind of quickly reinforce the packaging and tease what was going to go on, and then we're just thrown into them starting their harvest. And I thought that those were some good vlog fundamentals.
Yeah, and this seems to be right now it's performing a bit above average. So yeah, I thought it was going
I mean,
good.
only 100 views, but like 14 likes, 18 comments. That's not bad for a channel of this size.
There's some, particularly with that video, I think there is some, I would try different titles. I'll maybe go back, look at your click rate and see, because it does seem like the people who click on it are satisfied.
So I just did a search for harvest garlic heads. That's something I never searched for before. And it looks to me that many of these channels are more viewer focused because they're kind of instructing and helping people on how to harvest the viewers, or telling the viewer how to do it. So like, even though you're telling your story here, I'm just wondering if you could trial something along the lines of how to have your best garlic harvest ever.
Yeah.
Like you just from the perspective. Simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because right, looking at it, it's all I did this. These are I made a year's worth of pasta. And the only reason I'm suggesting that is because you're 280 videos into this at this point, and so maybe it's worth experimenting with a different type of pitch with the content. That's what I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah, and it's not a bad thing. It's just the reality of us all as people. It's like your audience is thinking about how this is relevant to them. Probably if you go through the comments of this live stream, probably the number one question is, can you review my channel? Right. So it's not like it is when your audience comes to you, they're thinking about how does your video help them? So if you can package it around that, I think you'd be good. I think that's a fantastic thumbnail for that particular video too, by the way. It just
yeah. I mean, it's visually striking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see the enthusiasm, the love for what they do. And we were talking earlier about name one thing that you could talk about forever and never get bored. Like this is for them, it's this. But maybe it just needs to be narrowed down a little bit to whether it's gardening or it's preserving food or it's cooking, because there's a few strands, and there is a bit of a pattern here as to what videos did best on the channel, a little bit. And it was what the pantry tours, looking at jars, that type of thing.
I'm sorry. Can we do one more thing? Can you look at the channel description? I'll be curious how they describe their content.
From opera houses to hen houses. So was she in a previous life? She was a singer, performing on stage.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would be curious to know. I would think about, is your content really about yourself, which is fine. If it was, it would just need that clarity, or is it about like, them trying to learn how to, get XYZ? But I think picking one of those lanes is going to be key, because right now it's just not. It's like it feels half log, like the one about like, is this my life? It feels like it's there. It just needs clear. It just needs a decisive decision. I make this type of content. This is the type of content that goes on this channel.
I think the most important thing here, Tech, is regardless of this YouTube channel, it sounds like they're having the time of their life,
For sure.
doing what they're doing right now, and this is just a fun aspect of it to share this story with an audience. So yeah, I envy you having that kind of type of freedom as well, which is brilliant to see. All right, it is coming up to the top of the hour, but I think we should do some very, very quick. Wow, 1,200 entrants. I think we should do some very, very quick, like 1 minute audits here, Eric, for the next 5-10 minutes. Yeah. So we're just gonna find one thing that each of these channels needs to focus on and work on that. Right. Don't know how this is gonna go down, but we'll see. Chester Quinn Gaming, 1,500 subscribers. Okay, here we are.
Walk through shorter videos. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, yeah, right. So they are right. So this looks to be this is what Dan describes himself: off-the-shelf gaming. Let me just click on this.
Area 51.
Any
This is
narration?
where the government used to do all its covert alien research.
I don't think so. I think they're just literally playing the game to completion.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't even mean this as an insulting way. We have a video about sleep gaming. Unless you plan on turning this into like sleep gaming content where people can go to sleep, like, yeah, them just sitting watching you play the game.
Well, this is the whole premise of the channel: no commentary gameplay. It's intentional. I think the challenge here is that it is YouTube's 22nd year of existence, and probably in the first month there were channels doing no gameplay, no commentary gameplay. And if that is the pitch, there's just so many channels that are so much bigger already. Unless you try and narrow it down to it's only going to be PlayStation games or it's only going to be N64 games. Because there is that channel, I think, is trying to complete every single N64 game, but they're doing commentary with that as well. I'm just not sure how you're going to find a developing audience for this type of content, unfortunately. I don't know if that means you have to start a new channel or do something different. Like there, you had a pattern with doing well in Spider-Man. So is there a Marvel angle to this? Like you try and complete every single Marvel game there is. But in short, a very competitive niche where it's really difficult to differentiate yourself because you're removing a lot of your personality with it being no commentary.
Yeah.
That's our very quick audit. I would have loved to know what Dan might have suggested there. But he's too busy playing video games, probably. Right. Next quick audit we're going to do here is Zahid Ahmed, 1216. And they are just doing shorts, I think. And it looks as if it's cricket. Right, let's just click on one of these. Right. Right, okay, so what I would say here is I don't think there's enough transformation in the content. Yeah. It sounds like you just added some music and a line describing what happened, but there was no commentary on like how the ball was pitched, how the player edged it to the wicketkeeper, if there's any strategy there. Just not enough variation from the content where you've grabbed it from.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, people could probably get that same clip from 1,000 places on YouTube. So
Yeah.
you have to figure out something that you do that adds value that make them watch yours.
Okay. Again, sorry if it's a bit candid and quick, but we want to try and grab as many channels as we can in these final moments of the stream. All right, next channel is Nota Qualic, or otherwise known as Aqua. And they have 1,500 subscribers. It's just 6 long form videos.
He called me cheater. If I'm doing quick, I think relevance to the audience, like you challenge your best friend to what, and he called you a cheater in what, and like, so I think just again, if I saw this video on the feed, not surrounded around other games channel, but around everything else, I would have no idea why I would need to care enough to click on it to watch it.
On the other hand, Tech, I like this idea. I spun a wheel and had to speedrun Doom. So like they randomly selected a game to speedrun. Like, I get that idea instantly. And that sounds kind of quite interesting and fun. And so more like you could do that again. I would say just spin the wheel again. And maybe the difference is it's sports games and then it's first person shooters and then it's Grand Theft Auto. Like that could be your through line to play many different games. And then shorts wise, hey, they're doing having some luck with shorts. Hey, hundreds of thousands, millions of views on your shorts. So I guess just repeating those successful formats in your shorts as well. We're being quick. There's 2 pieces of advice there, I think, on that one. Next channel we're going to look at is Throttle Stories Real. I think we audited this channel a couple of weeks ago. Or did we? No, I was thinking of an entirely different channel. Right, so shorts.
Is this like body cam?
It looks like it's body cam footage, yeah. I'm just wondering if there's a safe one I could play. I'll play this one for a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why are you going around barricades?
So I was just trying to get a little closer.
License with you?
I do.
Let's grab it real quick, please. Just stay away from the rifle as best you can. How many road closed barricade signs did you see?
This is the first one. I thought this road was open, to be honest.
All right, I'm going to pause it there. What do we think? Just general observations there, Tech.
I think what you have is working. I think like I see this. You're probably killing it on TikTok too. I would assume like, yeah, this is the type of content that people like scroll and stop and watch these like spicy body cam, bike head cam videos. So yeah, I mean, I think that it's kind of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, it's not my type of content, but I think who this is for, I think you're doing it correctly. I can't.
So body cams footage can be a bit of a curious one because as far as I'm aware, it's typically in the public domain.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with the content, and you are highly editing them. Like you're adding captions, and then you're highlighting important points in the story. There might be an argument that it's not transformational. It is upgrading the content, almost like you're enhancing the existing story and making it more consumable for short form content. But is it transformational? That's not for me to answer, but I'm kind of thinking about that in terms of monetization, because you've got 23 million views. So I'm assuming you either have been monetized or you're close to monetization. And then there are these, I think you're acknowledging here that you might have people might have concerns with the issue, like if you appear in a video and you'd like it removed, contact us. So that tells me that you're asking for forgiveness, not permission. There's that thought. And yeah, looking at this content, there's also the question of community guidelines. Is it showing people in distress or like injury? Those are all things that are going to be weighed up by YouTube when determining the content in terms of monetization. But in terms of reach and like consistency of views and things, as you say, Tech, if it ain't broke, don't fix it to a certain extent.
Yeah, do you think they'll be affected? You just did a video on this. I was looking at it, and they had the clips when he's talking about. Do they categorize it as distressing content?
You see, I don't know. This is where I don't know where the line is drawn.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes people unsatisfied and like upset by the content, because it can get very subjective. Like some people will just find this really interesting and intriguing, whereas for other people it might be triggering in somewhere. But I don't think we are the arbiters of that, to be honest. Let's just say this. This is one channel where it starts to make me think about monetization and could there be potential issues, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, what I would suggest you do is, I think you're killing it on this channel. I would try to learn everything you can from how you're winning on this channel and just keep a backup plan for a new, safer channel from those things that you learn from doing this channel.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Groundhog Dude here with 580 subscribers. Let's see if they do shorts as well. They're posting about once a week. What about shorts? Same regularity here, maybe 1 or 2 a week. I can't tell what your channel's about from your description because you're just laughing maniacally. Fair enough.
Rob, this is probably going to be like a duh, but I did not realize there was this many gaming creators.
Yeah.
YouTube.
This is why we separate the forms out, because there are many gaming creators. But you know, sometimes, like I remember the last time I did this, it wasn't as many video game channels. It can be quite random. Yeah, I'm struggling to know what this channel is about. It feels like it's a term we've used in the past. I don't know if we've ever used it when you've been on the streams yet. We call it dank memes, like where it's something cultural, something funny, but it just completely goes over our heads. We don't really understand the context, and it might be really.
Uh-oh. I think we broke Rob. Am I frozen or is Rob frozen? Hashtag frozen. I wonder. I feel like if you ever see those movies where like everybody freezes and then the one person is there, try to figure out if they're still in reality. And then like Rob says his power went out. He wants to know if I'm able to end the stream. Guess what? No, I don't know how to end the stream. So, all right. So you guys are in for a treat. Okay, last time I got attacked by a spider. This time, I have to figure out how to end the stream. And I don't know how to do that. What if this is just like a 24-hour live stream? Because I can't figure out how to end the stream. All right, but we're going to see what happens. Okay, yes, absolutely, yes. All right, so hashtag frozen, hashtag how do you end the stream, hashtag we will see you guys next week. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I'm just going to keep saying bye until eventually this stream is but I hope you guys had a great week. Keep working hard on your channels. I'm going to keep giving random general YouTube motivation. Oh, okay. All right. Bye. I think we good. I think we got it. The stream will be ending any moment. Come on. Bye-bye.